Good evening. You are watching Reporters Diary on the Eco of India's Facebook page as well as on its YouTube channel. Before we move ahead with reporters, here are the main points which are in news today. Incessant rainfall that lashed Hyderabad and several parts of Telangana has claimed 15 lives so far.
Hello.
Heavy downpour on Tuesday night triggered incidents of wall and house collapses at several places in the state. Continuous showers also led to waterlogging on roads and inundation in some low-lying areas. Anticipating more rains, the Telangana government has declared holiday today and Thursday for offices, private institutions, and non-essential services at the Out Ring Road area in Hyderabad. People have been advised not to step outside their homes for the next 2 days. The ruling LDF in Kerala got a shot in the arm today as Kerala Congress M faction decided to sever ties with the Congress-led UDF. Snapping the decades-old alliance, the Kerala Congress decided to work with the ruling left front. Party's leader Jose K. Mani announced that he would quit the Rajya Sabha membership as well. At a press conference, Mani expressed hope that the LDF will take a decision on Kerala Congress's entry into the ruling front. In what could become a cause of concern in the ongoing COVID pandemic situation, the IMD has today predicted that winter could be colder this season. IMD Director General Mrityunjay Mohapatra said this could happen due to prevailing La Nina conditions. Mahapatra said the El Nino and La Nina conditions play a major role behind the occurrence of cold wave conditions. The World Bank has approved a fund of $12 billion to help developing nations in buying and distributing coronavirus vaccines and providing facilities for tests and treatments needed for a vaccination of up to 1 billion people. This fund is a part of the World Bank Group package of up to $160 billion to help developing nations in their fight against the pandemic. Now we move ahead with our team of reporters. I'm joined by Riddhi Nandi, Asmita Mondal, and Razia Begum. We start with you, Asmita. What all happening? Your
Hi, Safi.
yes, please.
One story that I would like to mention here is that in order to solve parking problems for private vehicles, the Darjeeling police has started mapping the city area. And in the first step, they have earmarked 2 spaces for parking of two-wheelers. And the first one is near the motor stand in the heart of the town, where 50 two-wheelers can be parked, and the second one is near the railway station where 30 two-wheelers can be parked. And the police is looking for space for four-wheelers, and they say they will allow those spaces very soon. And Safi, this parking problem had always been a bane for traffic police in the hill town, and they are hopeful the problem will be sorted out gradually. And another story, Safi, that I would like to mention is that in Sikkim, which has opened its gates for tourists today, the local panchayat at Manibang Uttare, which is a popular tourist destination in the state, has lifted its earlier ban on entry of tourists. Safi, though the state government lifted the ban on entry of tourists on October 10, local bodies of several places of interest imposed the ban in their areas, thus making the government order a futile one. And now several local bodies are removing the ban as tourists are slowly trickling in. Safi, that's all from my side.
All right, Asmita, thank you so much. We move on to Riddhi. Yes, Riddhi, what all happening?
Hi, Safi. We have got one important political story today. The Congress and the left are going to have their seat sharing talks for the next year's assembly elections of the state. This was today announced by the West Bengal Pradesh Congress President Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary. He said that the left and the Congress took part in the agitational program in the past, and they would have to take it to its logical conclusion, that is, electoral alliance. for the assembly elections, which are just 6 months away from now. This is, of course, an important political development, for all parties have geared up for the next year's election. In
All
another,
right.
de-
Yes.
in
Please
another
move.
dev-
Yes, please go ahead.
In another development, Safi, the Metro Railway have decided not to run its night services during the pujas, as experts have apprehended that in the view of the current trend, there will be a huge surge in the coronavirus cases during and after the pujas. In fact, the government have issued several guidelines for both the organizers and the revelers. But the doctors think that unless the people uh, control fast COVID transmission during the pujas is going to be inevitable. That's all from my side, Safi.
All right. Thank you, Riddhi, so much. We move on to Port Blair now. Razia, what all happening in Port Blair?
Good evening, Shafi. I would like to start with the news of Girls Hostel of JNRM College. The Member of Parliament Kuldeep Rai Sharma has requested the Lieutenant Governor to intervene, and in this matter, because the because the hostel have the capacity of 230 beds, and the inter-island students who are coming to Port Blair and staying in hostel, now they are around 691, so it is very difficult, and during this COVID-19 pandemic it's not safe also. So he has urged the lieutenant governor to shift the boys hostel to Patrapur police station, Patrapur jail, near Patrapur jail. The building is already constructed in 2016 with the whopping amount of 15 crore, and but still it's not functioning. So he requested to shift the boys hostel to Patrapur jail complex, and the boys hostel should be provided to the girls who are coming from Inter Island and studying in GNRM college. Another news is Shafi, because the tourism department, the tourism tour operators are quite satisfied, and they are hopeful because in most of the places the tourism activities are open. So they are hopeful, and they are requesting the Andaman administration that those who are coming from mainland, the tourists especially, if they are not tested COVID positive, they should be allowed to move around the islands, because 14 days or 7 days of quarantine is not, it's okay for the islanders, not for the tourists, because they are coming for 14 or 7 days for a vacation, for a relaxation here, and if they have to go for a mandatory quarantine, it's a very difficult thing for them. And the visiting of tourists is very important for the revival of tourism industry in these islands. So that's all from Port Blair, Shafiq.
All right. Thank you, Riddhi, Asmita, Razia, for joining Reporters Diary. Viewers, this is all we have in Reporters Diary this evening, but please do join us again tomorrow uh, on our Facebook page or on our YouTube channel. Thanks for watching.